With BnetTV, we are here at the Mobile Marketing Association Forum in New York City 2012. I am speaking with Mr. Wes Biggs from AdFonic. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Excellent. How are you enjoying the show so far?
It's a great show. It's important to see how much of focus there is on mobile this year and how that's growing year on year at events like this.
Over the last 10 years that I've been involved with the MMA, we've definitely seen a high growth rate, but we're seeing a lot of really big players, the Facebooks, the Googles, the millennial medias are really concentrating now in, supporting the organization and being active and involved in the standards and practices, which is great to see. So let's just start off by, why don't you tell me a bit about your co-founder of AdFonic?
That's
so,
right.
Why, who are you, where do you fit within the ecosystem? I mean, everybody gets up one day and says, you know what, I'm tired, this is it, I got a story, I'm starting my own company.
That's pretty much part of the story here. I co-founded AdFonic in late 2008 with two others, and we're headquartered in London.
Yep.
Of course, as you can probably hear, I'm not from there originally.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm out of California,
Strange.
and I came across to London, really working on services for mobile operators before this whole open internet boom. And the three of us really saw an opportunity at the time with the iPhone and Android environments coming through to really look at what happens when those walled gardens are torn down and what opportunities are created there for advertising, for marketing, and generally, for that whole app ecosystem that's emerging as well.
Okay.
So, AdFonic was launched in 2009 as a mobile advertising marketplace. We're now 80 employees worldwide, with locations in New York, San Francisco, Singapore, and throughout Europe as well.
And so what makes AdFonic different than your competitors in this market space?
I think it's a focus on technology for us, and of course I'll say that as I'm the CTO.
Naturally, of course.
but yeah, there's a lot of ad networks out there. There's a lot of people buying, selling in various combinations, and I think our belief is the real glue and the real traction that we can create in this market as it emerges, as the the bigger brands, as the show tells us, are coming into this ecosystem. It's all about how can we make buying efficient, how can we make targeting effective, and how can we do that with a data platform, data analytics, optimization technology, everything around that as an ad network.
Why is it important to be at the mobile marketing forums like this one?
I think this is where you get the real intelligence of what people are thinking, the way, in particular, the buyers are strategizing, and that comes to us in many different forms. So it's a good one to just take the barometer, to take a pulse of how real is it, and the answer is more and more real every year.
Right?
So that's a no-brainer, but how many years in a row have people said this is the year of mobile advertising?
Well, they were doing it all the way up until about 2 years ago, and now I think it's more of, all right, we sort of, as Michael Becker and I were just sort of talking about, last year it was more of check the box for line item for mobile marketing budgets within the marketing budgets of major brands, and now it is, hey, let's take it from R&D and let's throw it up over here because this is like we gotta do, we don't have a choice, right? And it's not just on the handset, it's in the tablet and it's in the TV, and we gotta go back and forth and we gotta weigh, and so that's good for companies like yours.
Absolutely. I mean, I think this needs to be a core part of the marketing mix, and that's really the message that we're trying to get out to the people who are still a little timid about getting their foot more than ankle deep in the water here. And the reality is, it is a mature platform, it's a mature ecosystem, and we can achieve the type of goals that advertisers are looking to achieve in this market, whereas a few years back it was a kind of a spray and pray
absolutely,
approach.
for sure. Absolutely it was. What are we going to see from AdFonic in the future?
Again, I think the focus for us is around technology and bringing really core technology to this space in terms of how do we make efficient buying happen how do we create the best value for the publishers on one side and for the advertisers on the other? And that's a tricky question, because you've got to balance those concerns. And the way we can do that is by innovating around finding what inventory works for what campaigns, and finding how do we correlate what the target audience is for a particular campaign. How do we find the sweet spot for that? And that's for us, that means we've built out our data analytics team. We've got PhDs analyzing this data on a day-to-day basis. We've got algorithms working on the platform to make this all happen.
I'm with you on the technology side of things. I'm more of the CTO-ish kind of person as well. If I had to choose a C-level side, that's where I would sort of push towards. So I like looking at the metrics and the data sets on a regular basis and making sure that the algorithms are updated to do the things that are proper, because at the end of the day, it's what makes the sales job easier.
Yeah, and finding the insights out of that data as well. So, for example, we've just published our first quarterly report around the makeup of our marketplace,
and
some of the interesting findings. That's available on our website, adfonic.com.
Thank you very much. That was a plug. You see, I was getting that in there.
Thank you very much. But that's got some great insights in there around how Windows Mobile Windows Phone 7 is emerging as
a player.
As actually a pretty good player. We're seeing, for example, even though it's a small proportion of the traffic, really good click-through rates and things from those devices. So it may mean good things for the future of that as Nokia starts putting more devices out to market with that and so on. We looked at tablets, for example, and the prevalence of the Kindle even in that tablet mix that we're seeing through our network. So one of the advantages of the scale that we have now as a mobile advertising marketplace is we can start to analyze what is working, what are the devices that are really driving engagement on a rich media campaign, on a performance campaign, taking a different look at the different.
Fit within the ecosystem, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're going to be doing different things in a different frame of mind when you're on your Kindle than when you're on your HTC,
Lumina,
right?
Whatever it is.
Exactly. So it's those are kind of clever insights that I think will help guide marketers around this medium as well. And sometimes it's important to just get the numbers out there and show some interesting graphs, and people can find their own conclusions out of that. So I think that's key to us, is to just be part of getting the message out and getting the insights rolling and getting some feedback around that as well.
Wes, thanks very much for taking the opportunity to speak with us here today at the Mobile Marketing Association Forum here in New York. I hope we get a chance for an update again in the future. Fantastic. You guys are well positioned in the marketplace.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Mr. Jeff Biggs from AdFonic here in New York City at the MMA Forum. I am Tony Sklar with BnetTV. I'm Tony Sklar with BnetTV. We are here at the Mobile Marketing Association Forum in New York City, and I'm having the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Wes Biggs from AdFonic. How are you today, sir?
I'm great. Thanks very much. How are you?
That worked. Okay. Excellent. I got the name right?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Thank
all
you.
right. Here comes the extra.
And good emphasis there. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Okay. Nice cut point. Wes, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us here today at the Mobile Marketing Association. I hope we get a chance for an update again in the future. You're well positioned within the marketplace, and AdFonic is at the top of its game.
My pleasure. Thank you, Tony.
I've been speaking with Mr. Wes Biggs from AdFonic here at the Mobile Marketing Association in New York City. I'm Tony Sklar with BnetTV.